Welcome to Beyond the Storm with Selena. Hi, and welcome to Beyond the Storm. I'm your host, Selena, and I am so excited about this interview. I have traveled to come sit down with Desmond. Desmond is a young man that I met last summer, right after he was injured. He has the same injury that Stephen had. Desmond's going to share a little bit of his story with us. He's going to talk a little bit about before the injury and after the injury and what's in store for his future. Thank you for sitting down with me today.
No, thank you for having me. So great to see your face and be here on the podcast again for what I think will be the perfect podcast, and really thought about this and been ready for this, and I'm excited to tell the world my story.
So let's jump right in and let's talk about, you grew up in Oklahoma.
Having like a couple of experiences with death just like kind of like lit a fire under me to just kind of do whatever I wanted. Not living dangerously, but just kind of like living on edge a little bit and just doing whatever strikes me or just seems fun, and just doing whatever, living like there's no tomorrow, or you're on borrowed time, so just do as much as you can and have as much fun. And not really feeling like I had any real purpose, like for work or for a future or anything like that as far as that. And just...
So you was just footloose and fancy free, just doing whatever came your way.
Yeah, pretty much. And then getting in trouble at school, getting kicked out of school for just being a bad kid, trying to do too much. And
what kind of things did you get kicked out for?
I was just hanging around the wrong group of kids and just vaping and smoking, and had a lot of that stuff in my car, and ended up getting in trouble with it for having it in my car. And then just after that realized like I needed to... jail or prison was not the place I wanted to be, so I needed to get steady. And that's also whenever I met Coda, whenever I was fighting those legal cases, and I was just amazed by the woman she was. And
so let's tell everybody, Coda is...
my girlfriend. We were together only 4 months before I got injured.
So she kind of came into your life when you were having to have a little bit of a wake-up period of after you've been in some trouble.
Yeah, and just messing around, just kind of running the streets. Just wanted to settle down and be happy with her. It was fun. We were doing stuff together and making a whole lot of new memories. Just something I never...
20-year-old people do, you know? Yeah,
and it was awesome.
So tell us about the day that your injury happened.
It was the most amazing morning and we just woke up just like any other day, started getting ready, and we were just going along, getting dressed. And we go outside, we both go to our car and just give each other a little hug or kiss goodbye. Not even like, just thinking we'd be home back at 3:15, 4 o'clock later that day with each other all normally and just as happily as we left. And whenever we leave, we even drive down the street together, and at the red light she goes left and I go straight. And just a couple minutes after driving, I'm just sitting there about to turn into work. And just look down, I was looking up, and next thing you know, just boom, the worst pain and just a whole bunch of chaos, confusion, and just wasn't the most comfortable or happy at that moment, but was really thankful I was alive.
Did you realize you'd been in an accident? Did you realize you'd been hit?
Yeah, I was like, damn, but did I just get hit? Like, dude, that hurt. It hurt so bad, and it was just so fast. Like, I would have thought like, I got hit by an airplane or something, like the way that car was moving so fast. But not too long, first responders and coworkers came to the car and were helping me get out, and I was just laying on the ground.
Usually he calls me at 7 in the morning because that's his first break that he has, and he didn't call me, and I haven't gotten a text since he left me, and he usually texts me right after he leaves and tells me he loves me and everything. So I haven't gotten a text or a call, and so I'm kind of like a little worried, like, what is he doing?
Do you remember being in the hospital? Do you remember conversations, medical people around you? Did you have that moment of, oh, wait a second, this isn't...
Yeah, whenever they were asking me my name and stuff, and I was just so in pain, like I couldn't even talk. I was just getting angry, and I was like just really confused. Like I probably didn't calm down till I like they put me to sleep. I was in so much pain and just confusion.
And I'm like, I check his location, and it says that he's at a junkyard. And I'm like, maybe he left work to go get some parts or something for his car. None of it made sense to me. But like, I had this feeling in my gut that was just like wouldn't go away. And so by the time 9 o'clock came around, I tried calling him, because that was my first break, was 9 o'clock, and I tried calling him and stuff like that. Didn't get a reply. Still haven't gotten a text. So I was kind of getting worried. I kind of knew something happened. And I was like, on my next break, I'm going to call his mom, see what's going on. Well, before my next break hit, his mom called me, and my heart sank, because I just knew, like, I knew something was wrong. And she was like, Coda, I need you to go somewhere quiet. And I don't need you to freak out, but I need you to go somewhere quiet. So I went into the office, and she was like, Des got into an accident. He's in the hospital, not doing well. So I freaked out, and she's like, don't freak out, don't speed here. But, you know, me, I was just like, I have to get there. Like, I need to make sure that he's okay. I need to know what's going on. Like, I need him to know that I'm here, like, you know? And so I got to the hospital, and his mom met me outside and walked me in and kind of explained the situation. And I was hysterical, and I couldn't stop crying.
Well, when you get that kind of information, you can't even...
You can't just
absorb
hold it in.
Yeah, you can't absorb it.
Yeah, so I cried out as much as I could before I went in there. And we went in there, and the tears started flooding again, because honestly, it was just the vision of the screws in his head at the moment. It was just like, what is going on? Is
Nobody's
this even
prepared
real?
to see that.
Yeah. It was like, is this even real? Like, am I dreaming? Like, but I just automatically went over there, and like, I hugged him, and I was like, are you okay? And obviously he wasn't okay.
How was that moment when Coda got there?
Oh my gosh. Oh, it was so awesome. Just like, just knowing that she was worried, and just can't wait. Just knowing that that's the only face I really want to see, and like everything will feel better whenever I'm back with her. And just knowing that, like, almost like, oh, it was so crazy. I wanted her to know that I was okay, and that I was thinking about her. Yeah. That she was on my mind when that happened.
I know that when your person shows up, it makes a difference. Like, okay, I can pull through. My person's here, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It was hard. Like, it was definitely hard, stressful to see him in that much pain and not be able to do anything for him.
So when you got the full diagnosis and you were having to deal with some pretty tough medical decisions, they decided to take you to Craig Rehabilitation Center. Tell them a little bit about what that is.
It's the #1 spinal cord injury or brain TBI injury hospital in America, and tons of people have been there, including like I think Superman, the
Christopher Reeves.
Mm-hmm. I think he was there himself. Mm-hmm. And they have a ton of cool technology, therapies, and just really cool stuff to help you regain function and get back on track to live a normal life.
Shout out to Craig. I'm definitely going to say shout out to Craig. They're amazing with what they do. They are very skilled in what they do. They taught me a lot from day one. Me and his family were all hands-on, and just making sure that we understood what needed to happen, so we didn't have to depend on a caretaker at home that could possibly not show up, because Craig did inform us, like, there's gonna be times when someone's not gonna show up, and you're gonna have to be there.
Not even thinking like all the stuff that Coda would have to sacrifice, like our apartment and all of our stuff, like just to up and dip for a few months for therapy, but we did what we had to do, and we all showed our true colors and going to Craig, it was awesome. Whenever we got there, you immediately they tell you all the information as soon as you get in your room.
Didn't you meet somebody else while you were there? Somebody else that you kind of look up to?
Yeah, while meeting a bunch of other cool wheelchair users and TBI patients, we ran into Nevin and Amber.
Who just got married.
Yeah, they just
got
very
married,
cool
so
wedding.
shout out to them.
Shout out to them. They were really cool. They came in my room. They were the first couple we met, and they just kind of told us, like, gave us a little bit of inspiration because I was, like, not really into the content anymore, or even being on camera, and they were just like, just do it and get back into it. And
So let me share with my audience, if they don't know who Nevin is. Nevin and Amber are a couple that he was injured, and they have really created a huge, massive social media following and talking about the daily life of what they have to live with and what they have to manage with being injured. And they recently just got married. So I follow them as well. And so I would have been a little starstruck to get to meet them because they're kind of a big deal.
It was super cool. Like my mom just finding out that I'm paralyzed and doing her research like she should. Just going through TikTok, found them, and then she comes to our room and she's like, I ran into Nevin and Amber in the lobby.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Mom.
So that was dope to meet them. And
well, what's really awesome is your mama, she definitely advocated for you. In fact, that's kind of when our encounter crossed. I had found you guys as well on TikTok, and I was going to be in Denver. And knowing what the injury was that we dealt with Stephen, I reached out and I said, hey, I'd love to come meet you. I'm going to be in town. And I'm sure you guys were like, oh, whatever. This lady can just say hi and come meet us for sure. But, you know, you've got an amazing, supportive family because you all welcomed me in, not knowing who I was either, and was open to hearing what our stories were to see if we can help you at all.
It's funny because me and Coda were talking the other day, and we're like, how do you decide, like, who's someone you want to be friends with or who's, like, and it's just like your people find you, and, like
yeah.
You find your people. Like, there is no certain, like, type of people you mess with. You mess with who messes with you and who's cool.
Right, absolutely.
And, like, you guys are awesome.
We when I came in, I met you and spent a couple of days coming back and forth and meeting you. I kind of knew that Mom needed a friend too, you know, and I buddied up with your mom just because I know what she was feeling going through a new injury, not knowing what the future was going to be. So that was an honor for me to be a part of getting to know your mom and your dad. So after you come back from Craig, let's step there. Explain to what life was like coming back home.
Oh gosh. See, we were just really excited to come back home and see family, just being away from so long. So we're just thinking it's all sunshine and rainbows and it's going to be great. But we didn't really have any expectations except for just to be together. And then when we came home, it was fun. It was cool. It was nice coming home. My dad, he let everybody come over to the house. It was a good day. My dad did a lot to make our house as comfortable as he can for us. But at the end of the day, you know how that is, living with family and stuff.
It's
still going to butt heads
that.
and stuff. But he did a really good job for the most part while we were living with him to make us comfortable and help us feel safe. And he gave us rides to therapy and took us everywhere we needed to get in the first beginning before we got our van and got a little bit of independence and freedom. So just coming home, really thankful for the family side. Like, they helped as much as they could, but they kind of just left it up to Coda.
Well, you know, shout out to your dad for opening his home and helping you guys bridge that gap. Also, you guys have just recently moved out and you're living on your own. How was that being pushed out of the nest? Because literally that's what it feels like, I'm sure, stepping out into your own place now.
Oh, it's nice. It's like you don't feel like there's someone over you judging you or telling you you're not living right or something. So now we're just like, what do we want to do? We're as productive as we want to be, and we just do whatever we feel is necessary.
Yeah.
We're happy, and we're not doing anything bad or stupid, so we're just living life. And it's really nice to be in our own space again, just have our own thoughts, be as loud as we want, and just be as messy.
It's nice to visit and hang out with family, but it's really tough to live with family.
Yeah.
You know, it's like leftovers in the kitchen, they start to stink after a while, right? So, as much as you love your family, it's also, you guys were at that age of really stepping out and being independent, and then having to step back and go back into home with mom and dad, or with dad, and then also go and you visit your mom as well. But having the ability to now step out, get into your own place. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing now that you're independently living, because I've seen some stuff on social media that gets me excited seeing you do it.
Right now, just still working out. We have a really nice gym in our backyard, so we've been trying some new stuff, like moving on to workout equipment and doing exercises on there, and then just also doing as much therapy as I can throughout the week, as far as stretching, E-stim, red light.
So E-stim, explain what that is.
It's electrical stimulation, and it's like these little pads that you like hook on your body, and then you send shock waves through, and they help you they move your stuff while they move your body parts while you try to like focus and move them to yourself. And then.
So what is it that I've been seeing on social media with some music?
I like to make music and just freestyle and do all types of stuff, just doing my little thing on there. But
do you know that's one of the first things you showed me when I met you?
At the hospital?
Yeah. Do you remember that? You showed me your video.
Oh my gosh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was showing everybody.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and I've loved watching some of the stuff you're putting on social media.
But just seeing that, also seeing other people do that too. There's a lot of musicians in chairs and musicians with disabilities or anything. There's nothing that can stop you from doing what you want to do. You just got to believe it and really want it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna challenge you here. I think that's what you need to do, is communicate with that community and create some kind of social group that you guys can communicate with, whether it be on the internet or whether it be once a year, a get together and collaborate and create music together. I'm challenging you to that.
Start a little wheelchair rap group.
There you go.
Wheelchair committee.
See?
No, we got to.
Yeah,
sure.
Somewhere you can get some studio time donated, and you guys need to go and get something done, because I want to hear it.
No.
I think I commented on one of your videos not too long ago and was kind of playing around, joking with you, and threw a few lines at you because I really want to see you jump into that. Let's circle back to what you're doing for your physical rehabilitation, because I know you're working with a pretty special group.
Whenever I first got home, one of the first gyms I went to check out was the 34 Project.
That's the hat you're wearing, yeah.
The owner was, his son played football, and he was injured playing football. He's a quad just like me. So going to that gym, it was really cool. There's a bunch of wheelchair users and people with disabilities, and it's an amazing gym. It's the 34project.org, and it's a nonprofit, and they can work with you on your budget and whatever your flexibility is. They're amazing trainers, non-judgmental at all.
Who's the gentleman that runs it?
Tim Haas.
Tim Haas.
And his son is Hudson Haas.
Well, shout out to Tim.
And it's an amazing gym. I was going to Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe is another rehabilitation right in our backyard that is amazing. And they have a lot of good trainers too. It was covered by my insurance, which it sucks that a lot of people, that's the issue for them, is insurance, and like struggle has no picking game. It's anybody, and it's kind of messed up how like some people are far more messed up than others just because of their insurance or their situation.
They don't get the recovery that other people do with better coverage.
But just also going to the YMCA. Shout out to the YMCA.
Yeah, I've seen
Post
you guys
a lot of
doing
videos up there, going there. And it's nice. You see people come up to you and they're like inspired by you coming to the gym. So it's like,
yeah, you're really helping others as well.
Inspiring others. Just
so I'm gonna throw this out here. So going to Project 34, it is not covered under your insurance, but
No.
you probably get the best therapy out of that because they have equipment that is set up very specific for people with injuries. Like they are very geared towards working with people with injuries. So I am encouraging anybody who's watching this podcast, if they would like to do something in kind for you, I am going to encourage anybody who sees this interview, feels it in your heart, donate to them. Donate to the Project 34, because everybody that goes in there, if the insurance doesn't cover it, it's out of their pocket. And Des, I know, has been involved with them for quite some time, and I know that he's getting some amazing services there. And it's a struggle to get there, but the financial cost of going there.
And they'll even go out of their way, like if you're not too far, if they can do it, they'll come pick you up and bring you to therapies, like the trainers, and they have events like pickleball. We have comedy club events. They try to get us out the house and not feeling like we're a burden or anything, and it's nice.
And it's because they've lived it. It's because they've experienced as being parents what it was like to watch their loved one go through that. So again, you like this interview and you want to do something, call them. Donate something for them, because there's a lot of people there that could use an extra day of therapy would make a big difference in somebody's world.
Amen.
So let me ask you this. Where do you see you and Coda? What are your guys' plans? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Oh, goodness. I'm for sure putting a ring on that girl.
That's awesome.
For sure want to get married in our future, have kids, but first we're going to figure out our careers.
Very
for kids,
smart.
But the marry part might be real soon.
Yeah.
And just being happy, staying out of trouble, and just bettering ourselves every day and just trying to inspire others. And
tell me about Coda.
She's been with me every step of the way. We've only been apart from each other for 2 nights, our whole relationship. And one of those was in the hospital, and it was the worst night of our lives. And I never get tired of her. I literally can't. She could try to make me sick of her, and I could never. I tell her all the time, if we ever break up, you're going to have to be the one to leave me, because I'm not leaving you. And we just always had that, like, hear no evil, speak no evil. Like, our relationship's going to be what we make it, and, like, we can't have no fallouts or saying bad things or being mad at each other over stupid little things.
And you know as well as anybody does, as any relationship, there's trials and tribulations. There's struggles, I mean, as you spend more time with each other and you guys spend, large quantities of time together, how do you manage that when you both are just like at your wits' end and just need a little break, or like earlier tonight when you were watching us and I snapped and Jim snapped at me and you said, "Oh, look, that's us." How do you manage that?
Sometimes you do need a little break in reality. Like, it is nice to have her around all the time because she's my caretaker and stuff like that. But if the day's not going too good, or we're just not there all the way mentally, now that we have our own space, you could just step in the other room, or if she needs to go on a walk with the dog, or me go on a walk with the dog. Not really sure how that would work, but just a little space from each other.
Yeah.
And my family can help, and hers too. If I need to go hang out with her family, or if she needs to go somewhere, we can. But it hasn't gotten that bad.
And I really appreciate you being, telling the real truth side of that, because, that was a challenge that we struggled with Stephen, is making sure that him and his girlfriend had time apart so that they didn't just become too much for each other. So I appreciate how you guys how you've described how that works. So I think right now what I want to do is talk with Coda. So I'm going to say thank you so much for sitting down with me and doing this interview. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep up with you guys. I'm going to keep checking in, and we're going to continue to see the growth and cheer you on. All right, Coda, we're going to pull you in here next. Des, for now, thank you for joining us, and, much love to you.
Thank you so much. God bless all of you.
Can't do it, get the heck up and do it. I'm so grateful that God brought me into Des's life right before, like a few months before the accident happened, because I feel like it was definitely something we both needed. Des needed a hand on his shoulder through the hardest time of his life to understand his feelings and not what someone thinks he should be doing right now, or, I just let Des be Des and figure out who he is, and I'm proud of how far he's came, honestly.
Yeah, I've loved watching both of you, how you interact and how you support each other. All of his videos have you right there showing him how to get into the machine, or you help strap him into certain things.
Yeah.
You've become just, part of that team, Is that you?
Ain't no way.
Oh my God.
I was afraid it was actually an alarm outside. Is what I was afraid of. All right, let's continue on. So let me ask you this: when you guys came home and you guys lived at Dez's dad's, he described it very well that you're living with family, and sometimes that's tough, and especially with your relationship was still new, and now you're also living at his dad's house.
Right.
That had to be challenging, and it would be a challenge if it was a situation where you guys lost jobs and you had to move back in.
Right.
It would have been a challenge no matter how the
Situation
circumstances
planned out.
came to moving in. So how did you manage that? Because I know that had to have been challenging for you too.
Well, it was definitely a challenge. Like Des said, it was real nice. Like, he did make it as comfortable as possible. And I really appreciate the woman that he pushed me into being.
Good.
Because I will say, like, in the beginning I was like just careless with where I put things, or, and he kind of helped me to realize, like, hey, do this, do that, do that, do that, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be organized with what I need, honestly. And I do appreciate that, but it was hard. He was a little hard on me. But that's
I bet he was
definitely
hard
the
on you.
figure that I needed.
I was going to say, I bet he was hard on you because he cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely the character I needed, because my dad passed away not that long, a few years ago, but, so yeah, I didn't have someone there to, like, tell me, hey, you should do this, you should do that.
Well, shout out to Willie. Appreciate
Shout out to
that.
Willie, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like he really just put the fire under our butts to, get up and be positive with ourselves and get out there and show us that we can do the things that we think are so hard. And I really do appreciate that. He, like I said, he was hard on us for sure, but that's with
So tell
any
me-
caring
Yeah.
parent.
So tell me about the rest of your support system. Tell me about your family and others that are there supporting. I know Dez's mom's involved as well. So tell me a little bit about that, how that supports you.
Yeah, so my family, shout out to my family. My mom and my siblings were very acceptable to Des. They made him feel welcomed as soon as Des got home. My Nana went to Goodwill and was just looking around and found this chair that would be so comfortable for Des and brought it home and was so excited to show him. So, like, I'm so happy that my family was just, like, helpful and wanted to be hands-on. And shout out to my little sister Desi. She does help me a lot whenever she wants to come and stay the night. Takes a little bit off my back. Also, I want to give a shout out to Ma, Dez's mom. She's helped me greatly and has told me, if you ever need a break or if you need time, you just let me know. Like, and she's always there to talk to me whenever I'm having a stressful moment.
Yep.
And put me back in my right state of mind, and just remind me that I'm, like, doing great.
Yeah, Charlotte is definitely thebomb.com, right?
She's awesome. I
Yeah.
love her so much. But yeah, I think we have a pretty good support system. My family was very acceptable whenever when he got home. Yeah, I mean, everybody really just loved Des and was happy with the positiveness that he's had, positivity he's had.
Yeah, that's a lot of what your guys' content is about, is really turning the negative into a positive and
Yeah.
taking the pain and make purpose out of it, for sure. So for you, with you've had a lot of responsibility placed upon you, and you've stepped into it beautifully, by the way.
Thank you.
And So what do you want to see for yourself? What do you want? I know that you are this huge support system around Des, but Dakota has goals and wants. So share with me a little bit about that.
A few of my goals. I want to go back to school for cosmetology. I have my lashing license to do lashes. But at some point I definitely want to open up my own store, get back into cosmetology, learn the hair, the nails, all of it. So I can open up a little store that's like hair, nails. You can get everything done at one little spot.
Coda's Cove.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
I like it.
I definitely want to get back into school, not just for cosmetology, but for business, to open up my own business. I want to eventually open up or start up an online site with like selling lashes and stuff like that.
I love that.
Doing courses with people. I definitely have a full future planned. It just takes a little bit longer than you think. We're still trying to get in the groove of like, we just got into our own place, relaxed and everything. So
yeah, congratulations on the new place, by the way.
Thank you. Our next plans are to get back into school and do that. I also want to try to get a remote job, mainly because I can be at home and still take care of Des while I'm doing a remote job. And Des can do a lot on his own, which helps me entirely. He can empty his own bag. He can.
I got to stop here for just a second, because just being able to empty your own catheter bag is a huge thing.
It is.
In the quadriplegic world.
Yes.
Because we knew firsthand how difficult that was. That was the barrier, the biggest barrier for most people who have to have a caretaker.
Amen.
is usually because of the AD that comes with it if you don't get your bag emptied.
Right, yeah.
Coda, what do you got going on?
Garlic.
Are you in the kitchen, man? Are you whipping up the pretzels?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw them in the oven for like 3 minutes.
I love that you guys are sharing your story. Nevin and Amber are obviously out there living their best life too, and doing it on camera creates an environment that educates the rest of us that
Right.
don't live like
Right.
this. We've been affected by it because Stephen was injured, but prior to that, we had little experience with it.
Right.
And so when you are sharing those bits and pieces of your personal life, a lot of people are being educated.
And I don't want to cradle him because I don't want to have to worry about hitting him on this bar. And that's why we do it. We don't want somebody to be in this, like, because there's a lot of people that didn't have the chance that we had to go to Craig.
Correct.
Because of insurance. And we just want to share what we've learned, so people out there that didn't get the Craig experience still gets the idea of what you need to do the things that we get to do.
I so appreciate you guys are able to see that, because we were one of those families that didn't have those additional benefits. And I sit back and I watch you guys in just in awe at what you're doing, but I love that you're sharing the information, because a lot of stuff people are able to do on their own, figure out another method in which to do it, but you're giving them the knowledge, and that's
Right.
what they didn't get a chance to have access to, was the knowledge. So,
That, and to show the world that interable couples
Yes.
are a thing. And
they are a thing.
It's okay. Like, it's awesome, actually. Like, it's, I don't know, like,
Do you have struggles with that? Do you hear anybody being negative with you? I've not seen it.
I've had like a few friends that I don't hang out with anymore because of they're still in their little party phase. Like, they have boyfriends too, but they want to hang out alone. And I'm like, I'm not. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they want to hang out and go to the bars and stuff like that. And I'm like, cool,
That's not
but
where
why
your
can't we
life
do
is.
that? Yeah, that's not what my life is. Like,
Yeah.
that's not me anymore. You know, I partied at a younger age and kind of drained me out as I got older. And I just want to focus on my future more than worrying about somebody worried about how Des talks or how he, you know, how he is in general. If they have a problem with who he is and who he has been, then you're
Then they
not
need
my
more
type of people
education.
to, yeah,
They
they
need more education, right?
but not willing to take it. And
Right.
those are the friends that you don't need around.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want people that understand your situation, understand that it's not that easy for you to just leave, because what happened, there was a time whenever I had to go and get my license and had to keep Des at home. And to my knowledge, somebody was supposed to be there with him. Well, I had left. He said that they were on the way. I was like, okay, you know, and I went and got my license. Well, I'm getting a call because he's having an AD attack because nobody's there and the house is locked and stuff like that. So I'm having to race home.
And it's very scary, isn't it?
It's just scary. It's very scary for me to just leave Des. And
Right.
a lot of people don't understand that. Like,
Yeah.
and it's okay that you don't understand that, but
that's your reality.
right.
And other people can't understand that reality because they haven't had that lived experience.
Right.
And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And I know, as hard as it might be for you guys that are living it right now, you know, let's give some of them folks some grace, because
Yeah.
they probably, if they were in your shoes, they would have a completely different opinion about it, right?
Yeah.
But because they don't live in your shoes, it doesn't mean you have to include them in where you're at right now.
Goes up a little bit. Let's get our toothbrush wet. And a kiss. Last stinky breath kiss.
Good, guys.
So share with me what things look like now that you guys have gotten moved in. Des is doing some music. He's doing a lot of his videos. What do you do for you? As a caretaker, I have to say to you, are you taking care of yourself?
Yes, for sure. I feel like now that we have our own space and we're in peace, like, I'm getting back to my little cute self. I'm getting ready in the mornings like I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough space to do that. I get dressed up again. I don't feel so drained anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wake up, I want to make breakfast, and I want to take the dog out and take him on a run. You know, just do things to...
You've moved into your space.
Mm-hmm. With Des becoming more independent, it helps me a lot to be able to focus on myself. And, you know, we're still working on him getting out of bed and stuff like that, but that's not a problem. Like, he'll get that whenever the time is right. And just the little things that he does help with, like rinsing off my dishes for me and stuff, so I can go focus and do my hair, or
I love that.
do my
for you.
makeup, or, you know, just feel good about myself. It's
I love that for
pretty
you.
awesome.
Yeah. And you guys, as you guys navigate this new independent life, you guys will discover more and more. And he will, how far is he into his injury?
He's gonna hit his year mark March 27th.
You guys, I'm telling you, you're in the infancy of growth right now. I promise you, at year 2, you're going to look back and go, wow, I had so much growth between year 1 and year 2. You know, but you guys had a massive amount of foundation in this first year.
Yes.
And
something that a lot of people don't get. And yeah, I will say we've had a pretty strong support team. Great people surrounding us. Good friends, that very few, but good friends that still come and check on us. And
yeah, I love that. So what would you say to your old self? If you're looking back at Coda 6 months before you met Des, and looking back, what would you say to her?
You're doing great. You're going to love your future. And I'm proud of you. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You became mentally stronger. You've grown into a beautiful young lady. You're moving forward with all the dreams you planned of. And something I'm very proud about is you are clean. You're clean, and you did that for you and Des.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you too. I am so proud of what you're putting into this relationship, but also what you're putting in for yourself. Because it's really super hard to be the caretaker and sacrifice so much for yourself for somebody else. So,
Shout out to Willie for that TikTok the other day.
Oh, yeah?
He sent me a TikTok telling me that I was just such a great woman and so strong, and
yeah,
really felt nice to hear that from him.
Good. Listen, I've been a voyeur. I've been on the outside watching you guys ever since I met you guys. And, you guys get support from each person in the family for different things and for different reasons, right?
Yeah.
And all together, when you guys bring in that support, whatever Willie's strength is, Charlotte's strength, or your strength,
it all adds up.
It all adds up, right? And Des is the one that benefits from all of it, including your family as well. I want to thank you for joining us today, because I felt like Des's story is very powerful, but that was only half the story. You're the other half of the story. The changes that have happened in your life and the growth that you had and what your future looks like. I am so proud of the both of you, and I'm so honored that you guys sat down and shared your story with us. And we're going to continue to follow you guys. Maybe we'll come back and do another one in a year from now.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys can tell us about all the growth in this last year.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome,
that
yeah.
Would.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. And I want to say thank you to my audience. And if you would like to follow Des and Coda, Des, you want to share what your social media is so people can follow you?
My main account is Desmond Vlogs, and that's DesmondVlogz, and that's on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. But me and Coda have a couple accounts that we're trying to build up, and it's in the works right now. It's Coda and Des, and that's KODA with the and, whatever that thing is called, and then DEZ. So we appreciate all the love and support, guys. The comments really do make a difference.
My Instagram is the th3_Coda. And my YouTube is What's Next Coda. I haven't started posting videos again. A little while ago I deleted all my videos, but Des has definitely got me back into vlogging again. So
Good. Well, you guys make sure that you follow Des and Coda. They're also on TikTok, and they we'll get it all tagged at the bottom. But they have been an inspiring young couple. I've been honored to sit back and just watch their life unfold. And I've been honored to be included in part of this family that shows up and does a lot with these folks. And I just happened to fall into the right place at the right time to get to meet these incredible people. So I'm glad that I could bring their story to you today. And we're going to say goodbye until next time.
Until next time. Forward with fire, guys.
Forward with fire.